morning everybody, Rob, Yoga Dad, and as you can see, I'm not in the boys' bedroom. It wouldn't be a summer stretch challenge without us getting outdoors as often as possible to experience the beauty of the world that's around us, while at the same time we're kind of being curious about how we can kind of move and breathe and feel those different sensations that we experience whether we're indoors or outdoors. And today's sequence is going to be similar to yesterday's, so I'm just going to vary it around a little bit as we go through the sequence. So hopefully there'll be some poses that are, or stretches that are familiar to you, and you're really able to kind of start exploring those movements in some way. And for those that are new to you, then just have a go. Be courageous and see where it takes you. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. So we move ourselves towards the front of the chair. Now my chair today, guest appearance from a cranky old garden chair. Bit creaky, bit weathered, just like me. So whatever kind of seat you find yourself on this morning, then just take advantage of it. Okay, so let's bring our palms across our knees and just close our eyes. And just settling into the space that we find ourselves within this morning. Wherever that morning has taken you so far today, and just arriving right here, right now, in this present moment, and just sharing that experience. If you're outdoors with me, maybe feeling the wind blowing across the skin. Maybe listening to the sounds of the birds. Maybe the gentle warmth of the sun as it lifts up into the sky this early part of the day. And now slowly open the eyes, nice soft gaze. So we're going to start as we did yesterday with some shoulder rolls, but this time what we'll do, we'll start just by lifting our shoulders up towards our ears and inhaling as we do so. And as we exhale nice and slowly, just lowering the shoulders back down again. Do that twice more. Inhaling to lift the shoulders up, shrugging the shoulders up towards the ears, and then back down again as we exhale. One more time. Inhaling to lift up. Slowly as you like, all the way back down again. Really feel that tension just melting away from the top of the shoulders, all the way down the arms towards the floor. Now we'll do one more. Inhaling. As we exhale this time, we're going to drop our shoulders down really quickly and allow our arms just to fall down by our sides as well. In fact, let's do that one more time because it felt really good. So inhaling as we lift the shoulders up towards the ears, and exhaling, just lowering everything back down again. Okay, so as we did yesterday, we'll do the neck rotation. So let's tilt our head back. Now for me, I'm seeing glorious blue sky, a contrast to yesterday morning. So really feeling that length now all the way from the jawline down towards the Adam's apple, down towards the top of the chest. Really allowing that weight of the head just to deepen into the stretch. Now rolling the right ear over towards the right shoulder and extending the left arm away to the side. And as you do so, you'll start feeling the intensity of the stretch increase all the way along, below the ear on the left, and then lifting the head back up again, and then back to center. Let's tilt our head back again. So feeling that stretch again all the way along the front of the neck, and this time let's also lower our chin down towards the chest, and feeling the stretch along the back of the neck, and then lifting our head back up, tilting our left ear now down across the left shoulder, right arm reaching away this time. And again, as you reach that right arm away, really feel as though the fingers are almost touching down towards the floor as you intensify that stretch now along the right side. And again, if it feels good to you, then just close the eyes. And I often find just by almost turning the thumb away towards the back of the room, can just really help open up the front of the shoulder, top of the chest. But again, just go with a position that feels comfortable to you. And any sharp pain at all, just use it. Now lifting the head back up towards the center. Now what we're going to do is take our arms out wide. And again, we're going to turn our thumbs away towards the back of the room. And as we do so, we're opening up expansiveness across the chest and across the shoulders. And then we're going to exhale and bring our arms and hug them around the shoulders as we lower our chin down towards the chest. And just feel that opening now across the upper back. We'll do that again. We open up. And whichever arm you had on top last time, just go for the alternate arm. Giving yourself a nice big hug to start the day. Inhaling, lift up, rotating those thumbs away to maximize that space across the chest. And then same arm across the top again, big hug. Now this time, if you've got the elbows crossing over towards the centre, then the option is to lift the arms, fingers pointing up towards the sky or the ceiling. So backs of the hands, backs of the arms against one another, or spiral in the palms so that you've got the palms facing towards one another. I'll just take myself back a little bit just so you can see me. Now in this position, if you've arrived in this position, just lifting the hands up towards the sky, the ceiling, as you inhale, and as you exhale, pressing the elbows away, and really feel like you're deepening into that stretch across the shoulder blades. Now, whichever position you found yourself in, just uncrossing the arms, taking the arms back out wide again, fingers reaching away to either side, giving yourself a big hug again. Nice big hug, seeing how that feels. Twice more. Opposite arm on top this time. Once more. And then back to that same arm again on top. And again, option to lift the arms up towards the ceiling. And in fact, I'm just going to take my chair back a little bit just so you can see me clearly. Either have the backs of the hands against one of the backs of the arms, lifting the hands up on an inhale, pressing the elbows away on an exhale, or spiraling the palms and the arms facing one another, inhaling to lift up, exhaling to press those elbows away from the chest, just to maximize that space across the shoulders. Now inhaling as you lift, extend the arms out again, and as you exhale, just placing the palms back across the knees. Now we'll inhale now and lift our arms up and overhead as we did yesterday. We're going to twist around towards either side, so whichever side feels good to you that you want to start with. So I'll place one arm across the opposite knee, and then the back arm, here's the back arm, across the back of the chair. And again, inhaling to lengthen, and either with the head in the same direction as the chest, or rotating around on an exhale towards the back shoulder. Inhaling back to center, shoulders nicely away from the ears again, and rotating around in the opposite direction. And again, either side might feel quite different. So just exploring the twist and how it feels for you. If you've already had breakfast this morning, it's a great way to kind of improve digestion, rid the body of toxins, while also providing that lateral movement for the spine. Inhaling back to center again. At this time, in fact, I'll take myself back a little bit further again. Got an apple tree in the garden. A lot of apples at a real height. Really require a lot of reach to be able to get up to them. So we're going to take one arm up towards the ceiling, imagining that we're plucking one of those apples from the tree, and really feel that length now all the way along the side body down towards the hip. Now we're going to do the same on the opposite side. And we'll just keep doing that as slowly or as quickly, and alternate arms as feels good to you. And just really feeling that mindful movement to explore the sensations, the length and space that you're creating along the side body, whether you're reaching up for apples, for a tin in a cupboard, whatever it is, just really allowing the body just to extend as far as feels good to you, and just explore the benefits that that provides. Okay, bringing the hands back across the knees again once you've finished with that. Now we're going to do the hip rotation as we did yesterday. Now the options here are as we did yesterday, taking the feet and the knees wider than the hips, clasping the hands and rotating around just to explore that movement as we did yesterday. So feel free to use that if that feels good to you. Otherwise, the other option that I'm going to do today is just to kind of sit more towards the front of the chair and just take one leg, cross the ankle over the opposite knee, and then just placing the hands around the foot and the knee on the bent knee side, and then extending to lift up, and exhaling to gently fold forward. So just to a point at which you feel that stretch along the back side, all the way along the back of the leg on the bent knee side. And just keep stretching yourself, leaning yourself forward to a point at which you feel that's as far enough for you today. Maximising that space still across the chest, length along the spine. Inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to deepen into that stretch all the way across the right hip and back up towards the centre. Whichever foot you've used this time, place that down on the floor and then cross the opposite ankle across the opposite knee. Again, hands across the knee and the foot. Inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to fold forwards as far as feels good to you. And again, if that feels too strong at all, then feel free just to return to that earlier variation where you had the feet and knees that much wider than the hips and just rotating around with clasped hands. And again, using the breath to deepen into the stretch. Taking yourself as far forward as feels comfortable across that left hip. And lifting yourself back up again. And then placing that left foot alongside the right again. Now we'll go with the leg extension that we did yesterday actually. So I'll just turn myself around towards the side. Give a moment. So again, you might not necessarily be able to see my feet quite clearly from there, but I'll just sit between the other panthers. I'll just lift one leg up and then placing that heel down on the floor, other knee bent, inhaling to lift the arms up and overhead. Shoulders nice and relaxed away from the ears, and just lowering the hands down. So allowing that forearm on the bent knee side just to rest down on the top of the thigh, and the opposite hand just reaching down towards that foot. Now I find that I actually need to take myself a little bit further forward on the chair, just to maximise that stretch, all the way from the heel back towards the hip. And again, opening up, expansiveness across the chest. Every time we inhale, and as we exhale, deepening down, upper body, folding forward across the hips. And if at any point it feels uncomfortable, just bending that the knee and the straight leg, just to reduce the intensity of the stretch. Slowly lifting yourself back up again. We do the same on the opposite side, so whichever foot you didn't straighten last time, lifting the leg up, placing the heel down on the floor, bent knee, inhaling, arms up and overhead, reaching up towards the ceiling or the sky above, shoulders away from the ears, exhaling to fold forward. And again, you might find either side feels a bit different. Maybe one side is that bit tighter than the other. Maybe there's a little bit more length in one leg than the other. Just be relaxed with that. Again, allowing the breath just to deepen you into the stretch. And moving mindfully in a way that really supports the body, uses the breath to deepen into the stretch, and invites calm to the mind to support the release. Slowly lifting yourself back up again. I'll bring myself back round to the front. So we'll finish off today, as we did yesterday, with a bit of a shake. Let's see. Yeah, we've got a couple of minutes left, so let's shake it out. This time I might want to get up and just shake our legs, shake our heads, shake all around. See how that feels. Shake back down again, lifting the legs up. Then one big stretch up towards the sky or the ceiling above us. And then placing the palms back down across the knees. And I'll just bring myself back in that bit closer again, just as we finish off. Setting ourselves back into that space. Placing our feet flat down on the floor, lifting each toe, or lifting all toes and placing one down at a time. Feeling that connection, that groundedness through all four corners of the feet, palms, across the knees, closing the eyes. Just really feel that length now all the way from the crown of the head up towards the ceiling or the sky above. Tailbone grounding down towards the floor. And just slowly regulating the breath again. Regulating the heartbeat. And just being proud of the fact you've taken some time out to prioritise your well-being, physically and mentally today, but also raised awareness for some amazing local charities that are doing some fantastic work in response to the coronavirus pandemic. To share this publicity, these classes widely. Encourage more people to get involved and to donate to these causes, because they really need your money at the moment, more so than ever. Slowly opening the eyes again, nice soft gaze. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste. I hope you've enjoyed the class. As I said, just share this. Tell your friends, tell your family to get involved. More importantly, look for those donations that you can make to some of the charities. I've set up Just Giving pages for each of the charities. So just a reminder, it's Age UK. We are supporting Julian House on domestic abuse. We are supporting Keynsham Food Bank as part of the Trussell Trust. We are supporting Suicide Prevention Bristol, obviously on suicide prevention. St Mungo's on rough sleepers. And we're going to finish off with Off the Record, who are supporting young people's mental health. So that'll be the final week. I'll be back on the radio later on this morning, BBC Radio Bristol, 11:25, talking about this campaign. So spread the message as far and wide as you can. Thank you again, namaste, have a fantastic day, and see